Okay, so when you're done cooking with your cast iron skillet, you got to let it cool off before you do any cleaning, because the handle, everything's going to be hot. Okay, so once the pan has cooled, I'm going to dump out, there is some oil in there, I'm going to dump it out. And now you've got about 2 or 3 options of cleaning a cast iron skillet. The first one is just to wipe it out with some towels. Okay, so whatever towel you use, it's going to have a lot of oil on it. Now, by wiping it off, this could be your final step. Just wipe it off, and then it's ready for the next use. Now, if you do have some baked on food there, you can use a bristle brush to kind of help get the baked on food off, but I don't have that much baked on food on this one. Okay, so if you're going to use water, be prepared. It's going to be a little bit more work, because you do not want any water to stay on this pan. These pans will rust. So if you are going to use some water, make sure it's hot water first. We're not going to use any chemicals whatsoever. We're just going to give it a rinse. And then you can use your stiff bristle brush. Okay, we can use our stiff bristle brush to kind of rinse it out real quick. Make sure the water is hot. Okay, so now that we've used water, we've got a lot more work to do. We've got to get this pan dry. Not only do we got to get it dry, we've got to get some oil back on it. And we want to make sure and dry this everywhere. We don't want any standing water on it. I could have used the bristle brush a little bit more on there, but that's okay. Okay, so now that we've got it nice and dry, we now have to re-oil it. So put a little bit of oil in there. Now I don't have the burner on this at this moment, so just get the oil, make sure you oil it up nice and good, all around the sides, everywhere. Okay, so now since we used water, you want to heat this pan up a little bit. It says on low heat. Just let it get to a nice temperature that's how you want to dry it. You don't want cast iron skillets to air dry, because if they air dry, there may have been a spot where water is that you don't know about, and that spot will rust. So there is a deep cleaning process you can do. If you've been using your pan for quite a while and you've got some really stuck on food, you can put some water in the pan and bring the water to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, you can rinse that off or let it cool down a little bit, and that will help unstuck the food. So again, you've got the first method of just wiping it out, and then you've got, if you put water in it, then you got a lot more work to do if you put water in it, because you definitely want to get it all dry. And once they start to rust, there's really no going back. Now, once this is done, I'm going to take it off the burner. I'm going to wipe off this oil that's in there now, and then I can store the pan, which can be kind of hard storing a pan that's kind of oily. Thanks everybody for watching.